Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thanks for watching today. I wanted to do an entire video with forgotten products. Products that either have gotten shoved to the back of the drawer. I found an entire eyeshadow palette the other day that I have never used. Things that just really, either that I used to love and I forgot about, or ones that I purchased with the intention of really loving, and then I never really got around to even having much of an opinion about them. So before we start today, thank you so much for watching. And if you aren't already subscribed, would you please? All right, so I already have on my sunscreen. I want to just make sure to mention that you should always wear your sunscreen. My favorite is the Beet Shield. It's by Krave. It's SPF 50 with a 4+ PA rating. So at this point, I thought, you know, I have a little sample of Lancome's La Bosse Pro, or La Base, I don't know how to say it. But it's basically their Perfecting Makeup Primer. It's oil-free. I'm assuming because it's clear and it really reminds me of the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer that this is gonna be one of those very silicone types of concealers. I love their Prep and Matte, I think that's what it's called. Oh, it is very silicone-y, yep. Well, here we go. For foundation today, I am wearing the Nars Sheer Glow. I have the shade Gobi. It's Light 3. I don't even know if this is the right shade for me because it always felt like it was just too dark. But over the last several years, my complexion has darkened up a little bit since I'm not inside as much as I used to be. And so I'm going to put a pump on the back of my hand and I'm just going to blend it in with a sponge. Let's see how we're doing here. This probably will work just fine. Oh, it's a little yellow. This is where I wonder why I haven't been wearing this foundation. This is gorgeous. Even the shade, okay. When I first bought this shade, it was, oh boy, it was almost 3 years ago. Ugh. Still smells good, don't worry. I will tell you, I was much, much fairer, and the person who color matched me in Sephora used their little IQ thing. And because I do have some freckles on my face, I think it was picking up more on the tone of my freckles, and it was too dark to wear before. But now it looks perfect. For a good solid 4.5, 5 years, I've been spending 16 hours a day in bed, wasn't working, and when you don't see the sun, your skin really fades. So that's what I was dealing with. All right, I don't even know if they still make this, but this is from Smashbox. This is their color correcting stick and Look Less Tired Light. I have been trying really hard. I have what is kind of like some bluish discoloration right on the outside right here that always seems to pop through after I've concealed. Even if I'm able to get like this right here looking good, this little outer blue corner always pops up and it looks wrong. So I'm gonna try really hard to conceal all of my darkness today. We'll see how it goes. I was gonna use my sponge and then I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna use a really dense brush and see if we can just buff it out a little bit. For concealer today, I hope this shade is going to work. I don't know. I haven't used it in forever. I don't have much left. It's the Instant Age Rewind from Maybelline, and I have the shade Fair, and it's time for me to finish it up. So let's see if, oh, it's a little pink based. Well, we'll see if we can make it work. One of the powders that I used to love and was the only loose powder I would wear, I haven't worn it in a long time, is from Cover FX. This is the Perfect Setting Powder in the shade Light or Translucent Light. It's a really beautiful powder. A lot of people say that it's similar to the Laura Mercier, and I've never tried the Laura Mercier setting powder, but I like this one because it doesn't have any talc in it. And I'm not allergic to talc. I don't have anything against talc, but the idea of, I always think of talc as a filler product, and when you don't need a filler product because your product is just that good, maybe I'm just prejudiced a little bit. So I'm gonna put some of this on with my large fluffy brush here. So I'm trying to be more conscientious about how I spend my money, so I'm starting to make iced tea at home and even put it in my little Starbucks tumbler. My favorite iced tea isn't even from Starbucks. It's from Dutch Bros. I love the Dutch Bros iced tea. My favorite is the green tea with peach and peppermint, and I know it sounds weird, but it's ridiculously delicious and refreshing. If you have a Dutch Bros around you and you like iced tea, give it a try. It even tastes good with their black tea, but the green tea is my favorite. Totally random. All right, It's time for some bronzer. I'm not going to use a forgotten bronzer today. I'm just going to use one from my project pan. I'm really trying to be good about, if nothing else, hitting pan before the end of the year. So I'm just going to use my Hoola Lite. I had been using a really fluffy brush for this, and then I had it like set aside because it needed to be washed, and so I decided to swap it out for this slightly angled, kind of dense brush. I would use more for buffing or, you know, packing on powder or something, and it works really well for this. So I don't know what I was thinking. So I think I found a new brush in my collection that I already had that I'm like, yep, I like the way you work for this. And I just kind of press it in. So as I was going through my collection, I came across this, and this is a palette that I had kind of put some of my singles that I really enjoyed, but that I didn't want to get rid of, but I didn't want to keep out. I'd kind of gone through and done a ruthless declutter last summer, and I found two of my favorite blushes. These are both from the Balm. They don't make this formula anymore. This is their Instain blushes. I had depotted them. This one here is called Swiss Dot, and this one here is Toile. Yes, I think that's what it is. And I'm just going to do a combination of both of these. I'm just going to tap back and forth between the two. They're very, very pigmented. You can see that. And then I'm just going to apply this to the tops of my cheeks. I also really like using this super fluffy, very wispy brush. I tend to get into like clown territory really quick when it comes to blush. I do love a good strong blush, but I find that the best way to keep myself from needing to buff over the top to kind of calm it down is to use a really flimsy, floppy brush like this. This one, by the way, is the Pro Precision Tapered from Luxie. It's, oh boy, I can't even tell. Is it the number 10? I can't tell. It's worn off. I've used it enough and washed it enough that I can't really tell, but I do know it's the Pro Precision Tapered, and I do love this for blush. I love Ofta highlights, and I couldn't remember where I had put two of mine. I got these both as singles, and this is the Glow Goals from Nikki Tutorials, and this one here, I think this one is, what are you, Beverly Hills? Yeah, this is the Beverly Hills highlighter. But I just want to use these two lighter shades here from Nikki Tutorials and use this as my highlight today. I forgot how good these were until I pulled out another Ofta highlight recently, and I was like, why am I not wearing my Ofta highlights? They're beautiful. This one's very, 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 very glowy. This is the guy that I discovered I had not even dipped into at all. This is the Beet Matrimony Matte Eyeshadow Palette. It's brand new. I was doing that tag video. I will link it for you above as well as in the description box below, but the bad and the boring. And this was what I consider to be my most boring palette. Not that it's bad, because I usually like the Balm eyeshadows, but for me, I realized that I'd had it for more than a year and I haven't touched a single one. They're all perfectly untouched. That's not good. So I'm just going to start by using the lightest shade in here. This is called Matte Lin, and I'm just going to use that all over my eye. I'm kind of deciding, do I want to go more neutral, more kind of plummy, or more rosy? I don't know. Maybe I just grab what I like. Okay, so I'm going to start with some of Matte Lopez right here. I'm going to put some of that in my crease. Watch me discover that I actually like the colors in here and kick myself for having waited this long to use them. I'm going to use some of this shade right here. This is Matte Rossi. It's kind of like a cement shade with a hint of pink in it, and I normally don't go for kind of grayish tones, but let's see what it looks like just to darken up this little outer V here just a bit. Oh, it's really pretty. Can't believe I'm actually liking what I'm doing here. And it's been sitting in my drawer for a year. Maybe I need to start using more gray eyeshadow. Maybe that's kind of like the takeaway here. I'm going to dip into this shade here. This is Matte Mouskowitz. I don't know. I'm going to go back in with a little bit of that medium brown, that Matte Lopez shade. I feel like I'm not getting some very good blending right here in the crease. Some of that darker plummy tone really kind of started showing up in patches. I feel like it needs to be blended just a little bit better. I'm just going to take a combination of this medium brown shade here and this kind of pinky cement shade and put that on my lower lash line. I had to totally change my approach to eyeliner today. I was going to use some of this with some, oh, what is it? It's a mixing medium. I'm forgetting right now what it's called. But I think I'm going to go for this instead because I can't find it. I reorganized this room and I organized it so well I can't find what I'm looking for. Ah! All right. So this is Lancome's Drama Liqui-Pencil. It's in the shade Aubergine. I'm going to use this on my upper waterline and in my upper lash line. I just curled my lashes. I'm going to put on a combination that I used to absolutely love. I just recently, I just dropped it, recently opened this. This is the Hypnose Drama Mascara from Lancome. And I've had this for a while, and it's nearly time to pitch it, but it's the Cils Booster. I do have another one of these. I haven't tried this in such a long time, and I remember when I tried it recently, I was like, I don't know why I liked this. But we'll see if maybe putting these two together will improve my impression of it. I just feel like mascaras have changed so much. I think the last time I was really big into the Hypnose Drama was maybe, I don't know, maybe 5-7 years ago. And mascaras change so quickly, and I think trends in mascaras change so quickly. It's still a great mascara. I still enjoy it, but I don't like it as much as, like, my favorite is the Lancome Monsieur Big. I also really like their Grandiose and their Grandiose Extreme. I like both of those quite a lot. I remember my Lancome lady telling me that this dried clear, and I'm like, not if you put on as much as I do. Okay. I almost forgot and didn't put on my setting spray. I'm gonna do that now. This is a setting spray that I fell in love with and I haven't used in a long time. It's the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. So I'm just gonna, okay, there we go. We'll see if that holds the makeup today. Also just gonna quickly pat things in here. Time for the Hypnose Drama. The wand on this is very slightly curved. The gaps in here are also fairly wide. And I feel like if I'm not careful, I get really clumpy lashes. So I'm just gonna go through it with a spoolie. I like it even less with the Cils Booster. But we're committed. Disaster of my eyelashes today. I also have like mascara everywhere on my eyelids. I don't know. I feel like this brush is so wide that I'm trying to get some of the clumps out and I'm just getting the wand touching my lids in places it doesn't belong. And then I'm trying to pick out little clumps with my fingers, hence little spots like this and spots on my thumb. It's, I don't know. I really, really, really realize how different mascaras are now and how I feel like maybe it's just the bristles that are spread out so wide on this that I'm getting nothing but a really spidery look. So I'm gonna wait, let it dry, clean it up, and we'll go on. I'm gonna put on something that I haven't used in a very long time. It's from No. 7. This is their beautiful eyebrow kit. I was looking to see if they still sell this. And you can get it if you purchase it through Boots in the UK, but you can't get it on Walgreens. I saw people selling it on eBay and Amazon and stuff, but it's not something you can very easily find, but it looks like this. So you have two different powders here. You have a clear wax and kind of like a highlight shade. It does also come with like this little baby spoolie, as well as this double-ended brush here. I'm not going to use these guys. I kind of leave them in here on the off chance that I ever like travel and I forget. I'm just going to use my Anastasia, and I think it's the number 14 or the number 12. I don't know. It's this one. I really like it. It's my preferred brush for doing my brows. I really liked using this for my brows today. I think the shades in here are really, really nice. I think these two shades, I mainly use this one and a little bit of this on the tail end. I did dip my spoolie, you can see it, into some of the wax here. I felt like it was a little thick. I mean, it holds, but it's not gonna dry in that position. It's just gonna stay that same kind of waxy texture all day. And I don't know that I would use the wax again, but I think the powders in here are really nice. And I'm sad it took me this long to revisit it because I think it's a really nice product. For lipstick today, I'm going to be wearing the shade from Marc Jacobs. This is the shade Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I haven't worn this in more than a year. It's a really pretty kind of pinky mauve color. I would say more pink than mauve, but still lovely. That's really pretty. I forget how many great lipsticks I have. I have always enjoyed the Marc Jacobs, what is this? The La Marque Lip Creme. I really think it's a beautiful formula. They tend to be a little bit more matte on the lips, but they're not a completely flat matte. So there's just a hint of shine to this, just a hint, but they go on beautifully. They're really lovely. I do love the magnetic packaging in these. My heart always melts for magnetic packaging, especially in a lipstick. So I really love this, and I think that the packaging itself is just gorgeous. I forgot that I liked these so much. I think I have like 3 or 4 of these, and it's time to start pulling them out again. I really, really like this. Let me tell you, this is going in a place where I can find it because I do like the blushes in here, and I absolutely adore the Ofra highlights. So impressed with that. Other things that I'm really liking, the Nars Sheer Glow and the Perfect Setting Powder, exactly what I wanted. Not impressed with this. This right here didn't really work for me. Although I like the coverage this offered, I do feel like this is the wrong shade. And even though it's their fair or their Claire shade, I wonder if they've expanded, since I know a lot of brands have been expanding not just their foundation shades, but their concealer shades. I wonder if, and I'm basically out of it, you know? I wonder if it's time maybe to just go and see if I can get a different one. Maybe I should wait, use more concealers, but put this on the list of things I want to try again, because I did always like this. And I just feel like this one was a little too pink-based for my warmer skin tone. This was a surprise. I forgot how good this was, and I'm just sad now that you can't really find it anywhere here in the States. If you have this or you know someplace where you can buy it, would you leave it in the comment section down below? Hooray for both of these. The Continuous Setting Spray from Morphe and the Marc Jacobs lipstick. I just feel like so many of these things are really good. I forget sometimes how much I have and how good the majority of it is. And I'm glad to have rediscovered all of these, and I think it made for a really beautiful face of makeup. I really like it. I especially love the highlight. Oh, Ofra. Any day. Well, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have a collection large enough where you kind of lose track of things, you forget what your thoughts are, or, oh yeah, I forgot I had that. Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you again soon.